You are listening to Moviesucktastic.
Dude, no! Oh!
Dude! Hello, sir.
Hello. Welcome, everybody, to Moviesucktastic. Welcome to the last Oscar episode. Echo.
Oh.
Echo. Echo.
Whoops.
We are reviewing my least favorite film of the entire Oscar Best Picture category.
And we just reviewed The Irishman, so that's saying a lot.
Welcome to Marriage Story, or as I like to call it, Kramer vs. Kramer 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Or the stupidest title for a movie that's been done in a while. I mean, for a film that's been hailed as a masterpiece, original.
Fuck this movie and everyone that liked it. I'm sorry. I apologize. I am so fucking annoyed with this film. Please continue.
The fact that they couldn't come up with a better title than Marriage Story? Come on.
I believe it's actually kind of tongue-in-cheek about like the marriage story. Like this is a marriage story. It's a love story. So instead of a love story, it's a marriage story.
You know, there was a movie that came out about 20 years ago.
I'm not agreeing with the film, with the choice. I'm just giving what a rationalization might be for such a fucking stupid title.
There was a film that came out about 20 years ago, ish, in that range.
DC Cab. No, that's 40, 30. Okay, go ahead.
It was with Bruce Willis and Michelle Pfeiffer, and it was called The Story of Us.
Yes.
An infinitely better title. And it's about marital problems, and it's about, you know, their life together from the beginning till, you know, it gets bad at the end, and, you know, eventual divorce and all that stuff. So, Marriage Story.
Alternately, it could be called director's navel gazing, since this whole film is about the Noah fucking whatever director's
Baumbach.
His breakup with Jason Lee. The hell's her Jennifer Jason Lee?
Oh, is that? Oh, I didn't realize it was.
Yeah, when he divorced her.
Huh.
Everything's based on that. Everything's based on this guy's experiences divorcing his actress wife, and that alone.
I mean, now I couldn't relate to it after I watched it initially, and now, now that I know it's loosely based on a true story, and it's about beautiful people and famous people, and it just, come on, I relate to it even less now.
Well, you and I are still both on our first marriages, so there's a lot about this film we can't really connect with.
It's ridiculous.
Also, we're not mewling man-child naive idiots, and our wives aren't sadistic psycho bitches. So
this is
true really
on both fronts.
Yeah, seriously, fuck this film. The only reason it's nominated is because it's, again, a director's self-important, fucking look at my life pseudo movie, and on top of that, it's a Hollywood film because it's about actors and directors, and it's rich people problems. On top of that, Hollywood loves that shit.
Yeah. And this film, there's no shortage of any of that. Just the fact that Scarlett Johansson moves back out to California, L.A. specifically, and Adam Driver's character, what's his name in the film? It's Charlie. Her name is Nicole. It doesn't really matter. He's like flying out there multiple times a month. And then finally and eventually succumbs and decides to live out there for longer periods of time so that he can spend time with his kid, because his child has been literally taken away from him to the other side of the country.
You can tell this film was written by a man, because I mean, I'm surprised this film got so much positive press because it is so blatantly anti-woman. And I wouldn't say anti-woman per se, but the female character is specifically created for us to hate because of her just fucking idiocy.
I think I think in large part you're correct with that, but I also think the film is designed for you as the viewer to pick a side. Are you on Team Nicole or are you on Team Charlie? And whatever side,
hold on, it's not a real decision, is it?
Well, but there are definitely sides people are taking, and I think even subconsciously you have to evaluate yourself. It's like, okay, I'm on Team Nicole. What does that say about me? Or I'm on Team Charlie. What does that say about me? I think that's what the director intended.
Yeah, and he's full of shit because, like Laura Dern gives that whole speech about how women have to be infallible, but guys can be slobs and they can still get away. He's like, and I'm being honest here because I am a feminist, and I do, not take the man's side. I side with your wife all the time. You know that.
I know,
right?
It's very annoying.
But that's why I do it.
I'm kidding.
But I mean, it's obviously written in such a way that the woman is the one making all these rash, impactful, hurtful decisions. However, she's written as a strong female seeking independence, so that overshadows the fact that she's a fucking cunt. And
whoa!
For me, the only happy ending to this film is like at the end of the film, it pans away. It's like Christmas Eve, and he's dumping her corpse over the boat, over the side of his boat. They'll catch him, but he finally made peace. Now, when she ties his shoe at the end, he should have just kicked her in the fucking face. I'm sorry.
And again, that was more or less showing how she. The director is showing that she mothers him. Yeah, again, it's all heavy-handed. It's all fucking blatant. And I'm sorry, if this was about marriage and not about Hollywood types, why the fuck is there like a 15-minute singing montage at the end? What is that shit? It's not quite that long, but it's long.
It felt 15 minutes.
It wasn't.
Really?
No.
10. How about 10?
It was.
No.
It was maybe 5 minutes.
He sings. The women sing a whole song, and then he sings a whole song.
Yeah, and neither one of those are more than 5 minutes long.
No, because he takes breaks while he's singing it too. No. I'll go back to the tape. I'll go back to the tape.
You should go back to the tape. It sounds.
I will go back to the tape.
This feels like Super Vixens all over again.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's really honestly. I need to make my wife watch this so she can agree with me, because I know she will.
Well,
she know. Also, I mean, what the whole basis of the film is that this family is bankrupt and torn apart. Well, bankrupt for millionaire, for rich Hollywood people, which is I have less money now, and torn apart and dragged to both East Coast, West Coast. Fuck the flyover states. This marriage story is about the two important spaces. And all of this happens is because the wife refuses to read a list of nice things about her husband that she wrote
right
for marriage counseling.
Which I called.
That's why all this happens.
Immediately, the film opens up. Scott and I are watching it, and I'm like, this is gonna be. They're gonna be in therapy. This is all the shit that she's been made to write, or asked to write for therapy, and then it opens up right with them in therapy, and I'm like, what the fuck? I shouldn't have been able to predict that easily.
And this won't come back at the end, will it?
Had she read that letter, they probably wouldn't have gotten a divorce.
And it's a blatant setup for the later fight where they list all the negative things they hate about each other.
Yes.
Yeah. But I mean, Adam Driver is has a large face.
He certainly
a very
does.
large face. Not a bad face, but it demands your attention. Every time he's in a scene, I can't look away from the giant face. And it's not a giant head, it's just a giant face.
I like Adam Driver.
I do too. I thought he was excellent in Black Klansman.
Yeah.
That's when he won me over.
I think he was nominated Best Supporting Actor for that.
Yes.
I think
he
so.
was. And rightfully so. He was fucking awesome in that. I liked him in the Star Wars films. I'm not hating him as much as the Star Wars fans are. That's always a fun part. And
well,
I like him. And his performance and Scarlett Johansson's performance are both great performances. They're fine. Nothing wrong with those performances.
Their dialogue is very good in the film.
The dialogue's even, and there's some fun. I'm sorry. The hands down favorite part of this entire film, and also because since it's like a Hollywood film, of course we have to have a lot of big names in here. So like you got Alan Alda making a walk on, Ray Liotta.
Right.
Oh, you like that one Ray Liotta line, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he goes, I get paid $950 an hour. If you have a stupid question, you ask him. He's $450 an hour. Yeah, don't call me with stupid questions. Call him.
But they also have a couple of cameos by Wallace Shawn. Most listeners will not recognize the name, but they'll recognize it. Inconceivable.
Yeah.
That guy. And just that one part where they're in the actors, and they just cut to him telling a story. He's like, 4-time Oscar winner, sucking my dick. I was like, oh. Oh, God, I love you, Wallace Shawn. Wallace Shawn. It's a weird name.
It is really a weird
name.
name.
It should be Sean Wallace. Wallace Shawn doesn't make sense to me.
Correct.
It's like his parents said, he's got a first name for a last name. Let's give him a last name for a first name and call it quits. But yeah, that was like the highlight for me for this whole movie. I know I'm saying a lot of violent things towards the female lead in this film, but honestly, my reaction is visceral when there's like that one scene where he flies to California to see her in the sun because he still thinks this is just like a separation. He's still trying to smooth things over, and like she serves him papers when he gets there. And then after all that, at the end, she's like, "So where you spend the night?" It's like just drops that on him like in the middle. It's like, oh, so not only did I fly across the fucking country to see my family and get served divorce papers, I'm not even welcome in like the house that like considers me part of the family anymore. Fuck her. Just vile shit that she pulls every part, and she's blindly suckered by Laura Dern's character.
Oh yeah.
Who is based on an actual divorce attorney that was used by the director and the two actresses in the film. So go fucking figure. It was divorce attorney of the director, Laura Dern, and Scarlett Johansson. So it's a real person, and fuck her. I don't, too. I just. Oh, nasty fuck! And so he's an idiot. She's an idiot the wrong way. She buys anything that strokes her fucking ego. He just tries to believe in the goodness in people, and that just fucks him in the ass.
Yeah, I mean, you find out that he had an affair, but then you find out later that, and it didn't make it right, but you find out that she hadn't slept with him in a year. So,
more importantly, she's bitching. She's upset because her husband cheated on her with another woman, right?
Right.
However, she met him while she was married to another man.
Yes.
Fuck yourself.
This is all true. Yes, it is.
All of this, just no entertainment value in just watching this stupidness unfold. It's just and like I'm like the first half hour of the film, just even before just once the divorce papers set, I was like, dude, just give it all up and walk away. Change your name, start life anew somewhere else, because you're fucking done here. That's it.
Yeah. No, it's
just empty the bank account and run. And she doesn't need the fucking money. Just run. Your kid will be happier without you. You got a big face. It's not subtle. It's unsettling.
Got a big face.
And this, and like Irishman, this also had long, drawn out scenes. Like, oh, good. I need a 3-minute montage to explain that trick or treating at midnight in L.A. is hard. Thank you for that. Thank you for that so much.
Yeah, and the kid ends up with 2 Halloweens. He was going to get dressed up, and they were all going to go, but then he wasn't welcome to come out with them.
And then there's that scene where the kid's eating the ice cream, and he told him not to. I mean, oh, wait. That's Kramer versus Kramer. Sorry. Getting confused.
Don't get confused. But her character starts off with, wanting to do this with the way they decided they were going to do it. No lawyers involved. Let's get separated. Let's see if it leads to a divorce. If it does, then it does. And
every fucking person she talks to talks her into more and more diabolical shit.
Yeah. And she herself becomes more visceral as the film goes on. He comes to the door. I forget exactly what for, and then she just basically slams the door in his face, and she just basically tells him to go screw himself. She's like, yeah, whatever, go ahead, goodbye, and then slams the door. It's like, what did he say? He was like, can I do whatever? And she's like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. It slams the door. And basically what they were doing with that scene is they were showing that he was selfish and considered a man-child. Do it on your own. Why are you bothering me kind of scenario. And it's like, you know what? A marriage, it takes 2 people. And I'm not saying, either one of them has an excuse for the way they act. But come on. Stop it now.
It's just
grow up.
I'm
everyone.
sorry. So there's since Irishman, I was complaining about watching old actors die on the screen in front of me. Do I really need to watch Alan Alda shaking on camera? Every time it's like just watching his hand go like behind the scene. I was like, oh, he's fucking dying right now. I can't take this.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw his right hand shaking.
Oh,
like you could see that they had him, or he decided to do it himself, put his hand out of frame. Because probably having it in frame on the desk doing that would probably have been way worse.
Just let these people retire, and just put some other talent in there. Just can we stop? I like Alan Alda too. I'd rather just see him in same time next year again than have to watch him struggle through a scene in this.
Yeah.
I can't. But I thought of that because there's that one part, and we watched this together online, so you know what I'm going to say, where he describes how this isn't like a normal divorce. But I mean, was it him or actually was it Laura Dern? It was one of the two of them saying this. Oh no, it was him, because he was saying like these laws are here to protect like the single mother with 3 kids when the father skips out and doesn't leave any address. And I'm like, great, can we watch that film? That sounds more interesting. That sounds more like something that I can actually empathize with and come to understanding. And then later when they go to the court and there's like this Hispanic couple arguing outside with each other, and like the I'm assuming soon to be ex-husband like walks off. It's like, great, camera, follow this guy. I want this story. I don't want to follow a horrible divorce story in which the character is sitting there in his second apartment in L.A. a poster to his other New York apartment, writing a check for $25,000 that's not going to bankrupt him and have him lose both apartments.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he got the grant money for his stage production, which is meant to pay for the stage production and the actors and all that stuff. And when he hires Ray Liotta, because Scarlett Johansson, Nicole's character, is, hired Laura Dern, who fights dirty, and he can't even grasp for air because it's just Laura Dern, her character, that lawyer character, is one of those do everything you can to get as much as you can. So when he hires Ray Liotta, she goes over to Scarlett Johansson and says, "Listen, this is a game changer. We're going to have to be more aggressive, and we're going to have to ask for things that you're not going to like, but this is what we're going to have to do." And it snowballs.
As Adam Driver said, I needed my own asshole.
Yeah.
Well, because his asshole was divorcing him, so he needed a new one.
Yeah. I loved Ray Liotta as their lawyer. Every time Ray Liotta was on screen, I enjoyed it. I thought Ray Liotta was great.
I enjoyed him more as the rapist in Turbulence.
Well, let me put it this way. His scenes were every bit as good, if not better, than every scene Laura Dern did, and she got nominated for an Oscar.
It's Ray Liotta. He's not going to be on camera and not be entertaining. It's just him. And Laura Dern, I have no problem with Laura Dern, just the character, but I don't know why it's up for a best supporting actress. I
really don't.
Really, no. And as much as I enjoyed the performances by like Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson, if anybody from this film gets an actor or actress Oscar, I'm going on a rampage. That's it. Same as Irishman. Neither of them. Neither of them walks away with a talent award, or I'm fucking going on a spree.
Let's go over what it's nominated for then. Obviously nominated
for... no, I'm not done yet.
We're not done?
Am I done yet? Oh, the second point of that whole thing is in between... Financially.
Well, we lost all of that. Sorry.
Despite the $25,000 check?
Yes.
There's also the aspect of all this stuff going on with this guy, with the bitch wife and the out of all that, the only thing he punches is a wall.
Very, very weakly, I might add. That was a very weak punch.
Yeah. It was like, Well, he's not a masculine character in the movie. No. You can't have him act masculine. Scarlett Johansson is the masculine lead in this film.
But he still puts a big giant, not giant, but a big enough dent in the sheetrock.
It's sheetrock. It's sheetrock. You can do that with my nose. I could do that with somebody else's nose. I'm not doing that with my own nose. That's crazy talk.
No, don't do that.
I'm just trying to think of anything else. The knife thing.
Oh, the knife trick?
Where he cuts himself?
Yeah.
The knife trick. Here's my problem. Please commiserate with me on this.
Okay.
When he sits down and explains the knife trick to the mediator or whatever the hell she was, the observer, you understood what he said, right?
What?
You had no problem understanding that he has a knife on his keychain, right?
No. Yeah, it
didn't seem unusual or out of nowhere, right?
No.
So why the fuck did we have to foreshadow that an hour and a half before?
Oh.
Do you remember? He's on the cell phone in the stairwell, and we have to have a close-up of him playing with the knife. And I remember looking at that and thinking, why do we look at the fucking knife? What's going to happen with that? This isn't a murder mystery. Hour later, there's a knife trick. So, oh, shit. Thank you for taking the time to explain to me that he had a knife. So 2 hours later, I wasn't confused. Come on. Little shit like that. This film is this is like there's a cross between Kramer versus Kramer and La La Land. So of course Hollywood's fucking loving it.
Sucking its own dick.
Yeah, Intolerable Cruelty. Intolerable Cruelty was a better film than this.
Intolerable Cruelty. Have I seen that?
That was that film. That was yeah, that was the one with uh that's George Clooney, where they
Oh,
played divorce lawyers. Yeah,
yeah. Okay, I remember that one.
yeah. Because
Didn't ring.
everything this film does is just fucking manipulative. It's like just Hallmark love affair movie of the week. Manipulative. Just it's like we were watching Lifetime
Yeah, it was. It definitely had that
with
Lifetime movie feel.
with better production values and better acting and better writing. Um, so nothing like Lifetime. Sorry, I take that back.
Oh,
Now's the time to go over the categories you're
yeah.
right.
I'm so done talking about this movie.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
No, it's okay. I think
So what we got?
we've definitely covered everything. All right, so
Yeah.
obviously it's nominated for Best Picture. We're reviewing it. So,
Mhm.
Best Performance by an Actress in a Leading Role: Scarlett Johansson.
No,
Wha who are her
she gets it for
fellow?
Jojo Rabbit.
Well,
She's up against Harriet,
okay.
Little Women, Bombshell, and Judy.
I'm wondering. I think Renee Zellweger is still the front runner for Judy. So, I think so.
All right.
Best Performance by an Actor in a Leading Role: Adam Driver.
Not getting it. Up against Pain and Glory,
Okay.
Hollywood, Joker,
Joker.
Two Popes.
It's Joaquin Phoenix. There's no.
Yeah, it's got to be.
There is no.
Fucking
No. It's this time Sunday evening. Joaquin Phoenix will finally have his Best Actor Oscar.
and not just because he's due, because he fucking earned it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role: Laura Dern.
No.
I think it does go to Scarlett Johansson and Jojo Rabbit.
It's got it. It's hands down. That's my choice. What other categories we got?
Best Original Screenplay: Noah Baumbach.
Yes, up against 1917. No. Knives Out. I liked it, but it's up against some really stiff competition. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and China.
China.
Sorry. Once Upon a Time in China is Hong Kong
Well,
films.
I know the movie.
I know they're burned into my skull. Sorry.
Of course.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Even though he's going for Once Upon a Time in the West, I
Right.
think Once Upon a Time in China. And Parasite.
I think that probably goes to Parasite or Once Upon a Time. Hollywood might give
I
it to
think Parasite.
Tarantino. No, I think Parasite too, to be honest. I really do.
Yeah.
And then Best Achievement in Music, Original Score, Randy Newman.
Fucking Randy Newman. And he's up for isn't he up for best song too? For fucking Toy Story 17?
Um,
Yeah, I Can't Let You Throw Yourself Away, Toy Story 4.
oh, jeez.
Uh,
It's Randy Newman year.
I like this original song from
Probably
Marriage
went for
Story,
one of
Stab Her
those.
in the Face. So original score, it's up against 1917, Joker, Little Women, and Star Wars.
That's the score?
Yeah.
So it's Little Women, Joker, 1917, and what was the other
Star
one?
Wars.
Star Wars. I'm thinking it's either Joker or 1917. The score in Joker is excellent.
I'll be guessing original score. I'm not really good at guessing, getting that one. So mine's going to be a blind guess. Or I might just choose Joker.
I think it's either 1917 or Joker. I think that's
Okay.
literally between those two.
That makes sense.
The score in
And
1917 is great. The score in Joker is also great.
Is that it?
That's it.
Pardon me.
Well, I mean, we could talk about it's currently sitting 8.1 on IMDb.
Oh, it's on the top 250, motherfucker.
Yes, it is. 154,000 votes. Yeah. So currently an 8.1.
I'm do an Irishman on this one.
7.
No, I meant shoot it in the face repeatedly. No, yeah, 7. 7 sounds good.
7. I'm okay with a
bam.
7.
I don't know why my reaction to this film was. I know why my reaction to this film was so visceral, because I watched it halfway through The Irishman. 6.5 hours of just boring, unnecessary cinema. Yeah.
So
later I'm gonna play the knife trick on mommy.
So now that we've seen all 9 films and have reviewed all 9 films, any predictions for what you think will win? Anything? And on top of that, your favorite film of the 9 that we've done?
Do you mean in just for Best Picture or for all the other categories?
Just for Best Picture. What film do you think will win? What film did you personally like the most?
Honestly, I think the film that blew me away the most is probably The Joker.
Yeah, I think
Joker, not The Joker, just Joker.
I think honestly,
and Parasite.
And Parasite. I think 1917 wins Best Picture this year.
No,
but the film.
No.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
I totally disagree.
Yes.
If that wins Best Picture, I will fight you.
Okay. Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it in Women in Love style?
You know it, baby.
Yeah, baby.
That bungee cord's 20 paces.
Sweet. All right. No, I think 1917 probably wins Best Picture. I would prefer if Joker or Parasite won Best Picture. The film I enjoyed the most out of all 9 is Joker, with a very, very close second in Parasite, right behind it.
I mean, I've been saying the last few years, unlike a lot of years where all the Best Picture items are underwhelming, there's a lot of really great films this year. Again, Ford versus Ferrari, didn't even care about it, and I enjoyed it. Jojo Rabbit was great. Joker was amazing. Little Women, competent film, just not my cup of tea.
Same here.
But very well done.
Yep.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it's hard for Tarantino to do anything after Inglourious Bastards, but thought it was still a good film.
Yeah.
And love Parasite. If honestly, I just feel like it's like a 3-way tie, and I have to make a decision between Joker, Jojo, and Parasite. One of those 3 I have to choose, and I just don't. I'm not sure which one.
Oh,
but I feel like those are undeniably the 3 best films in this top 9 list.
I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. I just don't know if Jojo Rabbit has enough to get that vote for Best Picture.
I think Jojo Rabbit possibly gets adapted screenplay, definitely gets supporting actress, and for a film about an imaginary Hitler friend, I think that's as good as you could ever expect.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, it just, yeah. Also, it's a comedy, which if you're gonna get an Oscar for a comedy, it's got to be darker. You got to go. It's got to be like Life is Beautiful.
Right.
Which
this Jojo Rabbit does delve into Life is Beautiful territory with some dark stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I put it just under Life is Beautiful. I think the only difference is Life is Beautiful is a straight. It's like a realistic comedy. It's a straight movie about the Holocaust that just happens to have a funny guy in it. You know, it's like what they tried to do with Jacob the Liar. And and I lost my train of thought on that.
We were talking about Jojo Rabbit winning Best Picture.
Right, but so it's just under Life is Beautiful just because of the fantastic and comedy elements I like the German Shepherd joke, but that's airplane territory. You know, you're walking a line there. You know, nothing in Jojo Rabbit, as supposedly outlandish as it is, comes anywhere close to the take a shower joke from Life is Beautiful. which sounds horrible, but it's such a sweet thing when you watch it in the film, and it's horrifying and adorable and cute and horrifying all at the same time.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to compete with that, but I mean, I'm thinking I almost want to. I'm almost 100% Parasite.
Oh, for picture.
Yeah, I'm almost there. I feel like Joker got a bit too much attention, so maybe they're not gonna. And again, he gets Best Actor. Who gives a shit about the other awards? You know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to play politics and my favorites at the same time, so it's kind of hard to pick.
For the first time in a long time, I really don't have a grasp of what I think is going to win Best Picture. I really don't.
Because there's 2 or 3 great nominees that are all worthy.
Yeah.
Any 3 of those could win it, and I wouldn't even blink.
And I believe all 3 of those, Joker, Parasite, and Jojo Rabbit, are Best Picture and Best Director nominees as well. So that's my theory of, because there's only 5 Best Director nominees, and my theory is always that whoever's nominated for Best Director, realistically, that would be the 5 films if it was still only 5 nominees for Best Picture.
Yeah. JoJo's not up for directing.
It is not.
No.
I'm actually surprised by that.
It's Parasite, 1917, Joker, Irishman, Hollywood. And that's where I'm kind of flipping too, because Parasite could just conceivably win Best Directing and Best Foreign Film, and Joker could win Best Picture. However, Joker could just as easily get Best Director, and they could give Best Picture to Parasite.
Yeah. No, I would not be surprised one iota if picture and director split this year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it may not, because we already know that Parasite, by a landslide, is winning Best International Film. There's no way it's not. So the fact
I haven't seen any of the other ones, so it's kind of hard for me to...
it's not. It's winning Best International Film.
I'm going to try to watch Pain and Glory this weekend, maybe Honeyland.
Because of the fact that they are not realistically going to give Parasite Best Picture, they'll give it Best International.
Possible.
It'd be cool if it won both. That would be a first time ever for one of those. No movie has ever won both Best International and Best Picture. Life is beautiful.
Not in the same year.
Huh? No.
I believe there's 1 or 2 movies that won Best Foreign Film one year and then won Best Picture like a following year.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I stumbled upon that when I was labeling my Oscars movies on my Plex.
So how is that possible? How does that work? So it comes out first foreign and then comes out theatrically in the U.S. the following year?
Yes, okay. because you didn't really have a huge foreign film market back in the 50s or 60s or whenever that happened. I forget when. So it didn't come out in America for a year or 2 until it finally leaked into art house films. And that's why it was eligible for an Oscar in this country. And I think they did away with that. They changed the rules some way so that wouldn't happen anymore. Or the industry just got so tight that the year, the release year is the year for every country, or at least the main ones.
Curious,
I don't know.
Because offhand, I don't know of any films that won Best Foreign Film and then Best
there's one
Picture. What foreign film has ever won Best Picture? Subtitles and all? I don't really ever remember a foreign film.
Foreign doesn't mean subtitles, sir. They speak English in other countries. You racist.
Yes.
Renoir. Maybe or maybe not. I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out another time because I'm tired.
Maybe it was nominated in 2 different years. Maybe that's where I'm making my mistake.
I don't think a foreign language speaking film has ever won Best Picture.
As I said, now I'm thinking maybe it was nominated.
Yeah, that sounds more accurate.
Yeah.
That's happened a million times. I mean,
Sure.
Yeah, I mean that's happened quite a bit actually.
No, but I mean in separate years, which it doesn't happen often.
No, that does not.
Anyway, are we done?
We are done. We are free. All right, everybody. Join us again next week when we do a recap of all the Oscar nominations, or I should say, all the winners. We're going to do a recap show, and then we are going to go back to our bad films, our challenges and whatnot, which is currently Rollerball, 1975 James Caan film Rollerball, which we will review in 2 weeks. We will do a recap next week. We will do Rollerball the week after. Go to our website at Moviesucktastic.com. Download the show there. Listen to the show there. Tune in live every Thursday at 8 o'clock and hang out with us while we review a bad film. You can also go to iTunes and you can download or listen to the show there as well. You can go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Moviesucktastic. You can also leave us email. The address is themovieguys@Moviesucktastic.com. You can leave us voicemail, 908-514-4470. And most importantly, you can download the 100% free Android app for your Android devices. Everything I said is in there, from episodes to video to just movie posters, you name it. It's all in the app, and it's 100% free. All right, everybody. Do you have any words of wisdom, Mr. Wilson?
4-time Oscar winner sucking my dick.
All right, everybody. We'll talk to you next week. See you later.
Inconceivable.
Bye-bye.